So this is the 4th International Reporting 3.0 conference. And after having conference 3 times in Berlin, we're in the Netherlands for the first time for a conference that is now hosted at KPMG at their headquarters here in the Netherlands. And it is a very specific conference, just simply because we're launching the first 2 of 4 blueprints. And that is, bringing a product out to the market, a very decisive moment for any sort of network.
So for me, this conference brought right to the fore all the cutting-edge examples of good practice on reporting, but in an appropriately challenging context. As if to say, whatever is happening today, it is not enough. It is not moving fast enough. And there are so many more things that need to be done in this whole space if we're going to end up with a genuinely accountable form of capitalism for the future.
I think for me a big moment was the reminder that there's a very big gap between where we want to be and where we are today. And we therefore need to work hard, I think, to identify how to make a step change in what we are doing.
I think the Reporting 3.0 conferences are of special importance, as has been stated on many occasions, bringing experts of different reporting communities to the same table. Over the last 10 years, we've seen a lot of frustration about proliferation of standards and tools, and sometimes some institutional politicking, etc. But what has been so wonderful at these conferences is to have experts from these different standards and expert communities to start a discussion about commonalities and common dilemmas they face, and also facilitating a dialogue to encourage some form of convergence between different approaches in countries worldwide.
I think we have a shared need to get behind this concept of multi-capitalism, that value comes from multiple sources, and that if we are to have a truly inclusive and sustainable future with sustainable development at its heart, then we really need to move towards a multi-capital model and understanding of how value is created.
Well, there were lots of memorable moments in this conference. It's hard to pick any one of them. I think in general the theme, as I've been indicating, is the degree to which the really key issues of context-based thinking, context-based measurement, management, and reporting have been stressed like never before in a conference like this. This is really a standout event from that perspective, and not a moment too soon. This needs to happen, and hopefully this conference and its focus on context and capital-based thinking will inspire others and other events of this kind to do the same thing.
GRI co-founder Alan White said that we are today caught in a riptide. Businesses are globalizing while politics are moving in the wrong direction. And that was a real aha moment for me. It made me realize what we're doing now to try to advance a sustainable global economy is more important and urgent than ever.
So the Reporting 3.0 conference was really significant to us at Reporting 3.0 in terms of establishing our presence in this ecosystem after having produced these blueprint reports in reporting and data, where we're coming to market, if you will, with ideas that have been highly vetted by experts in our field of reporting and data, that are pushing the boundaries, and particularly pushing them in ways that are heading in the directions that we need to head. The science is telling us that there's a sense of urgency, and when we look around, our field isn't necessarily responding with the degree of magnitude or its own sense of urgency. So gathering together a group of positive mavericks who are committed to responding in kind was very important. This is the fourth time that we've met, and yet the first time after being a full-fledged nonprofit and with our work products out.
What Reporting 3.0 do, I think, very strongly is advocate for contextualising your impact into the bigger system that you operate in. And I think that's the bit that's left the lasting impression with me.
So one of the quotes that I've been using today at the conference is really, or at least for me, goes to the heart of the issue. There is no sustainable business in an unsustainable world. And this also defines the reason why we need Reporting 3.0. Because if we also translate that to our economic system design, we need to make sure that disclosure in the future is helping to trigger change towards economic system design, because that is really what is driving everything up to our private lives. So if we really want to be sustainable and want to have sustainable businesses in a sustainable world, there is no way out than to change the economic system design as well.
Well, being one of the co-founder of Reporting 3.0, it's also a great pleasure to have Reporting 3.0 turning to a not-for-profit structure, and the recently launched On Commons is the new home of Reporting 3.0. I'm especially happy to have that happened by end of last year. And this leaves us with a much better governance system for the future, and we are well prepared to have new partnerships, also new funding possibilities, besides the recent project-based approach which was run by BSD Consulting.